Hi everyone, it's Ariane. Here I am with my 11th scrapbooking process video. I haven't done one in a little while, but been really busy making memories. We've been traveling and doing all kinds of stuff and work and stuff, just being busy. Anyways, I'm using the Scraptastic May, the Story I Heard kit, and I'm using an orange cardstock that came in the kit as my background, and I have this map paper that I'm going to use as well, and I'm going to cut it a little bit shorter and use that kind of as my base for my picture and stuff. And but as I'm laying these papers out, I decide that I need to tone down that orange because it's a little bit bright. So I take some gesso and an old gift card and spread it around on the cardstock. This is the first time I actually do this technique. It was kind of fun to try something new. And then I dried it all off with my heat gun. And I decided to use this Prima chalk ink and one of my Tim Holtz stencils to add a little bit of navy to the layout since it's a boy layout. I really like how that turned out. And so I cut a little strip off this map paper because it was a little too long and I didn't want it to go all the way to the edge. And I'm just distressing the edges here. I don't know why I wanted to distress the edges, but it was just, you know, something different. I haven't done it in a little bit. And then I take my navy blue Prima Dauber again, Prima ink, chalk ink, and do the edges. And trying to figure out now how I'm going to matte the photo. This is a photo of my son, my oldest son, Lucas. And we had just picked him up from school. This photo was taken in April. And he was just finishing up his final exams for his first year of college. It's amazing that he's already done his first year of college. Kids grow up so fast, I don't know where the time goes. So I use that red and white polka dot paper to use as a backdrop, and then I glue my photo down and trim a second mat. And I'm going to distress the edges of that paper as well and use the chalk ink to ink the edges. I didn't really have a plan for this page. I'm just kind of going with the flow. It's very rare that I use a sketch or anything like that. I just kind of look at my products and just use my picture as inspiration and kind of go from there. So I often it takes me sometimes a little bit longer to figure out what I'm going to do because I really have no idea. And so I decided to cut out this speech bubble that says "Love This," and I decided to leave a little bit of a white edge around it, and when I'm cutting it out, fussy cutting it out. And I'm going to use that on the page. And then I start looking through my papers again and bringing out all my ephemera packs and all the elements that came in the kit that I might want to add. And I end up using the switchboard ephemera pack that we got in the kit. I dumped the whole thing and picked out a bunch of elements that I thought would work with this page, and sorted them out, took all the pink stuff out, and I used some of that foam tape, Scotch foam tape, to pop up my speech bubble. It says love this, and then I used the number 1 and 8 to write 18 because my son is 18, and so it's funny how high school and college can be so different for kids. My son Lucas, he really struggled the last couple years of high school, and I didn't know if he was gonna make it through. And it took a lot of pushing and convincing to not let him drop out, and just because he was struggling so much. And then when he made it through and graduated, and he went to college, and he's just been doing amazing, like just really succeeding and getting amazing marks. He's got the top marks in his class, and he just loves it. And it's just been a total change, and I'm just so happy. As a parent, it's like, when you don't know what's going to happen with your kids when they're young adults and they go through all these hormones and all this stuff, and it's hard to know what to do and try to guide them to make the best choices. And honestly, for him, going to college has just really helped him thrive, and he's met some good friends and has had some really good teachers and professors, and he's worked the whole year while he was going to school. So he's just really learned to manage his time, and he wants to be successful. So I'm really proud of how he's been doing. And he seems to be staying on that path throughout the summer, through his time off, and he's going to go back to school for his second year, starting in September. And so, as you can see, as I was talking, I laid out all those, a whole bunch of little word labels on the side of the photo, and a few hearts here and there, and those sunglasses that came in a different, came from a Hello Kid ephemera pack from Pink Paisley. And I just added some tags and here and there just to add some interest, and I've popped most of it on foam tape. And now we got a Teresa Collins ephemera pack as well, because I got the main kit and the add-on. So I took that circle element out of there and put it on some foam tape and added it to the side. And some of the chipboard pieces, I also added those photo corners, added to the corner of the map paper. And I wanted to do some journaling, but I didn't want to do it directly on the map paper. So I was trying to look for a journaling card that I can use. So I thought I was going to use some of these cards from the Teresa Collins paper that we got from the what is it called? This paper. They're from Daily Stories. And the note cards. And yeah, they just didn't work. So I also subscribed to this Life Noted kit from Scraptastic, and their cards I love them. They're so good. And I ended up picking one of those, and the one with little sketchy stars on them, and I did a ton of journaling on that. But before I did that, I decided that my orange cardstock was really kind of warped, and I needed to level it out. The orange cardstock wasn't as thick as some of the other cardstocks that we've got. I don't know what kind it was, but it was a little bit different. So you know how we get that cardboard in our kits to hold the paper and make sure it doesn't all get squished and stuff? I use that as the background because it's got that craft look, and I've used a few craft elements on this page, and it really flattens it out really good when you adhere your page to that. And I use them quite often for that reason. I do page layouts on them all the time. Might as well. We get them in the kit, might as well use them. And I had run out of my tape runner, so I had to refill it. I use a Tombow permanent adhesive as my dry tape, and while I was edging, I got some blue on the glasses, and I tried to wipe it off, and of course it didn't work. So I was a little frustrated with that, but I'll figure out a way to fix that after. So I just fill this card with journaling and then attach it to the page. And the camera stopped. So I added the title, Young Man, with I can't remember the name of those alphabets, but they were loose in a package. And, you know, added some splatters and a few puffy stickers. So that's my layout. So I hope you enjoy my video. I'm going to try to do them more often. All right, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.